The volume. There we go. Good to go. Welcome to another After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. I am your host, the romantic funny man, Shawn Cornelius, and I want to thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you coming through and hanging out with us. And I want to thank CP Lacey for sending me my hat, and I can wear it whenever I get ready to wear it now
Oh, okay.
and enjoy myself. And we got such a great show tonight. Comedian Adam Phillips is going to join us really soon, and that's my brother I've known for quite some time, and went out and did some shows. We're going to talk about the show I did out in Queens with him, plus also some things. He'll talk about his career, and we'll have some fun. And then you know how we usually do. So I want to thank BronxNet for catching us up on some things, and you too can catch us up and watch some stuff that we have going on here on television. It's a whole bunch of things. BronxNet in the Bronx, FiOS 2135, and then you can catch us on BronxNet.org. So let's get right into it. Let's get into this situation with my man Adam Phillips. We've had so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
We've had a lot of fun doing some shows together, and he's back there in the green room. He can't wait to come out. Uh, but we've been on a little bit of a road thing together. Years ago. We've done Hot Comedy Club together. We've done some things that are great. So we're gonna have a great time with him tonight. And I want you guys to make sure that you sit back and relax and enjoy the full show. So I'm just gonna bring him on right now. Please give it up for Mr. Adam Phillips. Adam Phillips, how you doing there, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Glad to be here. Glad to be on your show. Thank you for having me. And this was long overdue, so I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Yeah, this has been a long time coming. We were supposed to do this for quite some time, but God puts everything in place, and you make things happen when it's supposed to happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I know you've been working, you've been doing your thing, and I've known you as a funny man for quite some time. We're just gonna get right into it, man,
Let's do it.
because sometimes the hour goes so fast. So why don't you tell the people where you're originally from? Let's talk about all of that. Let's talk about where you're from, how long you've been doing stand up comedy, who you are. Let the people know who you are.
All right. Adam Phillips, originally from New York City, from Queens, New York, born in Harlem. Lived in Queens most of my life up until 2019, where I now live in Florida. I'm in South Florida now. Uh, my comedy roots go all the way back to Harlem, USA, to Greenwich Village. My first place that I ever performed was called Rose's Turn, 55 Grove Street, back in
That's a
1994.
long time ago. A long time ago.
Long time ago. Yeah. And then I started doing Boston Comedy Club in 96. And then I became sort of a regular and a staple where I met Shawn Cornelius
Yes,
at
sir.
New York Comedy Club.
Yes,
Two
sir.
brothers on Latino Laughter comedy show. We did Latino Laughter.
Yes, we did
You
Latino
know,
laughing.
you are funny if the Latinos, who are very clicky, put you on an all Spanish show. That means they have confidence in you. Shawn rose to the occasion. I rose to the occasion, and we've been blazing the trail ever since.
Yeah, that was a wow. That was a long time ago. It was a while ago, in like the Latino Laughter Show at New York Comedy Club, and
Woo!
we were able to do our thing. But
Definitely.
what got you into comedy first of all, man? Because it's not an easy game. I've had several comedians on the show, and they've talked about their beginnings, and and some of them are obviously still in the game, but they had their dips. What got you into comedy first?
I've always been an extrovert. I started out as that kid in third and fourth grade, reading the Dixie Riddle Cups and memorizing them, and then going to people in the neighborhood in Astoria, Queens, asking them the riddles from the Dixie Riddle Cups, telling jokes in school on the back of the school bus, from the school bus to the schoolyard. Meanwhile, I'm 15, 16, cracking jokes in high school, in college. Finally, at age 30, I decided to give it a try, and it was less than spectacular. It was at the Peppermint Peppermint Lounge or Peppermint Ballroom at an all black crowd,
In Jersey,
hosted
yes.
by, oh my God, he's no longer with us, but he was a great comedian. His name was Cortez, and he was the host. And I went up there, and when they say that you bought the farm. I literally bought the farm. I had freaking cows, chickens, pigs, roosters. I was awful, terrible.
Ah,
But
ah.
that's why I said I didn't start in '93, because that's not my beginning. I'd like to forget about that one.
No,
That was
but you went up. You went up, and that was you went up there. You stayed up there. I've done the Peppermint Lounge several times, and I understand. But you stayed up there.
I did. I
That
did. But
was
it was the
important.
longest 6 minutes of my life. And I wanted to leave and go when it was time to leave. I wanted to do one of these. No, I'm sorry, one of these.
The total head, yeah. No, I get it. I get it. That's a but
Oh,
as you continue to go, you learn that
right.
that's a part of the game, and you know that that situation happens until you get the thing on the track.
And the
You
worst
know.
thing to do is to start at a really urban all black crowd, popping your stand-up comedy club cherry. And that's what I did.
Yes.
And
Yes.
whew, so I regrouped after 6 months, and I did what they call a bringer show. And that was at Rose's Turn, 55 Grove Street in the Village. Brought my brother, my man, George Diaz. George the Rage Diaz hooked me up. I stacked the deck, had like 10 or 15 friends and family in there. And Colette Black gave me my shot. Bam.
Well, and what year are we talking about now? We're talking about
February of 94.
February
We're forgetting
1994.
about August of 93 in South Orange, New Jersey. But that never happened.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about
Yeah, no,
those
that
things,
didn't
but
happen.
we do. But we don't.
I started in February of 94. I was 30 years old in Groves Turn, 55 Grove Street. That's where I started. And it was a bringer show, and I did well. Guess who was on the show? Remember Rumpelmeyer, Steve Aarons?
Yes, yes,
He
I
was on
remember.
that show.
Oh,
And Rod Reyes,
wow. You okay? So you're talking a long time. Obviously,
94. Yeah.
1994, 94. I wasn't even thinking about
Did a few
doing.
other bringer shows, and
Yeah,
then I went to New York Comedy Club in '96, and I did Ozzy Baez show, and the rest is history. I started doing Seymour show, Seymour Swan show, and then I had a regular thing where I ran with you at the first Ha Comedy Club, the one on 46th and 9th, and that was around 2005. And I
yes,
worked with
yes.
you from there, and then they moved over to 46th and Broadway, and it was called LOL, and then they moved up the block, and you and I worked on that, and I've just been having a lot of fun with it since then.
Yeah, and there's always things. You've always been that big guy, so everybody can see you coming in the room. We know you're there because
Absolutely.
you've always been that big dude. And what is it about stand up comedy that made you stick around, man, to do it? Because we know that it can definitely tell you. It depends on who you are. You know what I mean? Like you're going to do this or you're not going to do this, and you learn that as you go. Who were some of the people that told you that, and what made you stick around and stay?
People that told me were people that grew up with me, my friends. You're funny. You should go on stage. You can do it. You've got this natural ability. You're engaging. You're not shy. Go up there, have fun, make it do what it do. So I listened to them, and then other comedians said, "You good. You got potential. You should keep doing it. Write more jokes. Write more stuff. Do different stuff." And I never stopped. I never stopped. And it's been 28 years now, and I'm
Yeah,
loving
yeah,
every minute of it.
yeah. It's well for me. I talk a little bit about getting the opportunity to go up and when I'm angry, when I'm sad, when I'm happy,
Oh, me too.
when I'm in a mood because you don't get a chance to kind of express those kind of things. And we obviously do it. We step to the stage when we have those energies. Um, Talk about the times when you weren't so good, but you still had to go up and do your stand up and make the room enjoy. Now, how do you get through that scenario?
You take the focus off of yourself, and if you just got fired, or if your girlfriend just left you, or whatever, you don't have a pity party. You go up there and you say to yourself, these people don't care about what happened to you on your job or whatever today, or that your girlfriend left you or whatever. Get up there, take the focus off yourself.
Right,
You get your
right.
validation by hearing them laugh and clap, sometimes even stand up, a partial standing ovation, or when they come up after you, even when you're not expecting it, and not standing there looking thirsty, and they say, yo, good job, man. Yo, you killed it. You did your thing. You had me laughing when you said this. I loved it. Everything you said was true. Yo, when are you back here? Can I come back next week? That's what makes it all wild. When you go up there, take the focus off yourself, focus on the crowd, give them a good time, and have a sense about you where I don't want to bomb. I don't want to embarrass myself. I want them to remember me. And that has been my mantra ever since 1994.
Right. Well, on that scenario, when did you? Okay, 1994 is when you knew that you wanted to do stand up comedy.
And not stop on a regular basis.
Right, and make it worthwhile for yourself.
Correct.
So when you
And
make
get paid for it.
right, that's what I'm saying. When you make it worthwhile for yourself and get paid, and then you're doing it for yourself, but you're doing it for other folks as well. Because if I'm happy, somebody else is going to be happy.
Absolutely.
How does it feel to you when you have that situation when you go up and you don't feel like going up? Well, you talked about it a little bit, but you've played several rooms, and you have to adjust to several rooms, and you don't want to go up to certain rooms or certain stages, but you have to, and you've been doing it over almost 30 years. How do you psych yourself up to go?
Now, on those occasions when I really don't want to, for
Yeah,
whatever reason, all my life, I've always needed money. I'm not a silver spoon in the mouth type person. I need the money. So even when I don't want to do it, I'm like, dude, your phone bill is due.
yeah,
They're about to
yeah,
turn off your Spectrum.
yeah. I get
Dude,
it.
you got freaking holes in your sneakers with cardboard in the bottom of them. I don't care if
Wow.
the spot only pays $50. Get up there, take the focus off yourself. And even if you just have a hit and miss set, they still got to pay you. And you come off stage, you got that money, you pay your cable bill, you pay your phone bill, you go get yourself a new pair of sneakers, you get yourself a couple of pair of jeans. It's worth it. You didn't feel like doing it, but you needed the money.
Right.
And you have to keep your word to yourself that man up and rise to the occasion and take the challenge. Man up.
Yeah, yeah, because there's a lot of people still doing stand up to this day, and we've all if you do stand up, then you know what the situation is. You know that sometimes you do it because you got to pay that phone bill, you got to pay that light bill,
Definitely.
you got to get those clothes, you got to do whatever
Absolutely.
you have to do,
Absolutely.
and you'll deal with a crowd on a specific night just to make that happen, and it could be 25, $50, $75, whatever the situation is. Um, Give me
Not
a
only
happy.
that, to piggyback off what you're saying,
Yeah, go
it
ahead.
could be somebody loaned you money for something, and here's your chance to pay them back. Even if you owe them $25, people want their $25.
Right,
So you go up there, you do the set, whether you didn't want to or not. You got the $25. You see your friend the next day. Yo, thanks for holding me down in between payday. Here's your money back.
right, right,
That's what's up.
right. Give me something that you really don't like about the business. There's obviously the positive that you enjoy doing the sets and getting the sets off and making people laugh and making people feel good. What's something that you don't really enjoy about the game?
I got it. I know what it is. When you're not known, you cannot go into the Comedy Cellar or Caroline's or whatever and just get up on stage because you have a reputation. Chris Rock can do that. Seinfeld can do that. Chappelle can do that. Kevin Hart can do that. You may be as consistent and funny a comedian as they are, but if you don't have the HBO special credits or the Netflix special credits or the movie credits, they're not going to let you up at the Cellar or the
Right,
Strip or Caroline's just because you walk in, but they'll let that happen with Seinfeld and Chris Rock and so many others. And you say to yourself, this dude has seen me at this club, get a standing ovation. But because I'm not going to be a draw for the audience the way Chappelle or Rock or Hart will be, he blows you off and you just got to deal with it. That
yeah,
I know you got to earn it. Don't get me wrong. I know you have to earn that,
yes,
but that club owner has seen you smash it all those other weekends when Chappelle, Rock, Seinfeld, and them aren't there. They've seen you handle business and rock the house. But because, you're not on TV, they're not going to just let you have carte blanche the way they would.
Right, because it's not a draw. You don't get
You're
that
not.
carte blanche, but you may come there every weekend
And they've
and
seen
rock
you
the.
smash. They've
They've seen
seen
you,
you
but
smash.
you don't have that credit, and that's one of the things that's you got to earn.
A better word to use, Shawn, not even credit. You don't have that following. You don't have that following.
Right,
Or in this
right,
case, I did not have that following.
yeah, because I've seen you do great. I've seen you do so
You
so.
know,
I've seen you do, and the same for me. You've seen me do great and so so, and then you'd be like, wow, what's wrong with you? But we don't. If we had the following, it wouldn't have mattered because people would come in, people would fill those seats, and it wouldn't
absolutely.
make a difference because those people filled those seats. That club made that money, and this way, you know what I mean? Like you got
And the
people
club
traveling around the
and
country.
and the people at that club can go home and say, I went to the comedy club tonight and Kevin Hart walked in and it was really funny. Or Chris Rock walked in. And I love all of them, Chappelle and all of them. I
Right.
wish that would happen one night and they said, no, you can't get on because Eddie Murphy's coming on. Then I
Right.
wouldn't care because I want to see Eddie even more than they do. Oh, okay, I don't
Right.
need to go on. I don't need to go
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
When is
Yeah.
Eddie coming? When is he coming? I
Right.
wish that I could get bumped or ignored for him because then it would be worth it. It would be
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah. We've had quite a few people pop in. Well, I have in my lifetime when I've been on stage with quite a few folks, and you get that rush because you want to watch those folks and what got them to be where they are today. And there's enough room up there for everybody, but there's space. The spacing is tight. There's enough room, but the spacing is tight. If you understand what I'm saying,
Yeah,
um,
time.
to the time because you do that. Okay, so where have you been, man? That you enjoy, that you would love to go back to, spots that you've been to on the comedy circuit.
The Poconos and the Caesars. See, I've done all four of them in like 2005 and 2006. All four. I even opened for the Stylistics there. In Paradise Stream 2005, I opened for the Stylistics. That's one of the highlights of my careers. You talk about nervous, man, I was nervous. But I opened for the Stylistics. I did 45 minutes. It was good. And then the stylistics came on, and of course, they are the stylistics. That
Yeah,
is where I would love to go back to. All four of those Caesars Poconos resorts in Pennsylvania, the one in Marshalls Creek, Paradise Stream, Pocono Palace, the Haven one, all of them. I never got to get the room with the champagne tub either. Never.
you never got the champagne
No.
tub. I can't. I don't want to brag on it then because I
Oh,
did.
you lucky, yo. You lucky. One time, though, Shawn, I did get the room that had the big pool in it.
Okay, all
I
right,
got the
yeah,
room with the big pool in it, but that's still not the champagne tub, but that was nice. And then they
yeah.
gave me a voucher to eat. So I had the surf and turf.
Okay. Well, I
Oh, and
used to
my
do.
name and the name was
And
on
your
the
name was on
marquee.
it. Yeah, your name was
Yeah.
on the marquee.
So Honest Phil brought me up. My wife is there with me. We got surf and turf. We had a big pool in our room and the sauna and the steam bath. So, I didn't get the champagne tub room, but
Yeah.
I got a nice check. We stopped off at the outlets on the way back to New York.
Right.
Whatever
Right.
I forgot
Right.
what they're called, the Commons, some
The Commons.
outlets.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Yeah, in
got it. You're
between
right.
there and New York, and spent the damn check even before I cashed it.
That's fantastic, man.
Real talk.
So, what would you tell male comics and female comics? So you got both. So you tell if a male comic walked up to you and said, "Hey, man, I want to do this comedy thing." What's something short, quick that you tell him, and something short, quick that you tell a female comic, someone who wants to be a comedian?
I wouldn't change it by gender nowadays because so many female comics are killing it. All the females I worked with at New York Comedy Club, they're killing it even better than the males. So I wouldn't,
Right.
that's real talk. So I wouldn't give
Right.
them any different pep talk than the dudes. I would tell both of them a pie, like they said in the movie Fame back in 1980, a pie in the face comes with the job. So know that you're going to take your lumps. Know that it's not always going to be peaches and cream. You're not always going to get laughs. You won't get paid at first. If you do the bringer shows, do them for a short period of time. If you're still doing bringer shows after 2 years, something's wrong. Know your worth and add tax. Know your worth and add tax.
Right.
That's what I
Right.
would tell them.
Right. Where are some of your favorite places that you've been able to do over the years outside of the Poconos? Some clubs that you've enjoyed doing.
Carolines. I worked Carolines on a show called Comedy Rumba with Mike Robles. I've done Gotham on 23rd and 8th Avenue. I did the Uptown Comedy Corner in Atlanta, Georgia. That was
Okay.
nice. That was like in 2001.
Okay.
I did
All right.
Uptown Comedy Corner, Gotham's Stand Up New York, the Comic Strip Live, Boston Comedy Club, the Bitter End, which is also in the Village. The
Yeah.
Bitter End, I've been there, and a few other places out in New Jersey that I really, really liked. But my favorite is those Caesars Poconos resorts because you are on a big stage with a huge audience and you're staying overnight. I guess other than that, were the places where I really got to hone my craft, which are New York Comedy Club and Ha Comedy Club. New York Comedy Club and Ha. That's where I got to be strong and work out every weekend and get paid a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. So what
Those
was
two.
some
Those are my
what
favorites.
what's some of like there's several different types of comic. There's several
Oh, yeah.
different styles of comedy. There's obviously the cast that would bring props on. There's comics that sit down. There's comics that stand up. There's comics that move. What is Adam Phillips' style of stand up comedy?
I don't like
And
to
how did
sit
you come
down.
about it?
I may sit down briefly, but it looks like I'm, you know, being lazy at work. If I'm a stand-up comedian, 90% of the time I'll stand up. If I'm sitting down to do a particular bit, I'm only going to do it for that bit, and then I'm standing back up. I don't like to just have the mic in front of me in the stand and talk into it. I like to take the mic out of the stand and kind of pace back and forth, kind of like Chris Rock does. When he first was doing that, I'm like, he looks real nervous, like he's back and forth. But you know
Hmm.
what? That's a good way to not be nervous.
Right.
Walk back and
Right.
forth. Walk back and forth. So that's what I do. I got my mic. I don't leave it in the stand. Very seldom do I do that. It's in my right hand, and I'm walking back and forth.
Okay. All right. And
I'm
and and
comfortable that way.
you spoke about some of the famous comics that you enjoy. Who, if you had a chance to sit down and talk, is it still Eddie Murphy? If you had a chance to sit down and talk with one person, now remember we're talking about comics all the way through. Okay, let's take your favorite comic out of it. Who would you want to sit down and talk to about stand up comedy?
You saying
Tell me.
take Eddie out of it?
Take Eddie out of it. Take Eddie out of it. Who would you want to talk to?
Take a guess.
Rich
Sinbad. Sinbad.
Sinbad. Okay.
Sinbad.
Okay.
Yeah. I've
Okay. Now,
always liked.
now, I was going to
I've
say,
always,
what is it about Sinbad that brings you to that?
he's always been a clean comedian, and most of the time, after like 2007, when I gave up dirty comedy for Lent, I said, "You can give it up for Lent. You can give it up altogether,"
Right.
and I did. So 90% of the time, 80% of the time, since 2007, I've been clean in churches. So he said some of the best places that I performed at, Riverside Church up in Harlem. That was a beautiful venue. The
Okay.
Cotton
All right.
Club, Cotton
Okay.
Club up in Harlem. That's another beautiful place. Riverside Church was gorgeous. When I got up there and I performed there, I was very happy. I wish that my grandmother could have seen me there. But Sinbad, I like him. I've seen him in concert in 2 hours and just talking to the crowd without even doing material. You don't even know what they're going to answer your question with. Whatever they answered it with, he had a funny story or jokes or quips for it. I wish after all these years that I could do that. He
Right.
didn't even have material. He was just going back and forth, and it was awesome. So I would talk to him and say, "How did you develop that particular skill? I wish that I could do that." So it
Right.
would be him. I would say Sinbad.
So you would say
Yes,
Sinbad.
I've worked with him before, but I've never got to sit down and talk to him like I'm talking to you right now.
Right. 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 And what do you hope to get out of stand up comedy? What do you hope to, you've been in it now almost 30 years. I know there's a lot of comedians that we know that are celebrating anniversaries and doing things on that level. What does Adam Phillips want to get out of it, or have you gotten out? Have you gotten what you originally jumped in it for out of it?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, what
I
do you
want
what?
I want more gratification. I don't want to be so well known where I'm worried if I'm sitting in Applebee's that people are going to follow me and stalk me and come after me because they think I have money. I don't want that level of fame, but I would like to be recognized and acknowledged. Oh, that's that guy that had the show that was on Netflix and it was really funny. I'd like to be that level of famous, but not so famous where I have to disguise myself when I walk down the street because people will constantly harass me. I don't want fame quite that bad, but I do want it to be acknowledged and appreciated and get some love and some recognition.
Right. Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing because when you have to hide from folks, then you don't get a
Yes.
chance to experience that conversation and the love, taking the picture and sitting down with people and doing that kind of level when you're so high up on that plateau.
Right. Not only that, I would think after a while it gets on your nerves and makes you paranoid, you know?
Right.
Yeah, it was
But
painful. Yeah.
okay, I
But I
got you now.
filed it under F. I filed it under F for forgettable.
All right. Let me ask you that question again. Let me ask you that question again. We talked about the Peppermint Lounge early in the show.
Did it again.
That's the one place, but you learned.
Yeah, I did. And to tell you the truth, now that we're on that subject, I learned be careful with all black crowds. They're your people, but if you don't get your people's attention in the first 60 seconds of your bit and you're not well known, you got a good chance of bombing. So I open with my strongest stuff within the first 60 seconds. Then you could coast throughout some of your routine. But if you don't get black folks, a young, urban, inner city black crowd's attention in the first 90 seconds, you are going to have an uphill battle for your set because they're going to think you're stalling or you're not prepared. And look at the ladies. Don't the ladies look good? Give it up for the ladies. They know you ain't got material if you're doing that. They already know. So you got to come in there with your A game and let them see it and hear it within the first minute and a half. After that first 90 seconds, then you could do your new material. Then you could do your go-to bits. Then you could interact with the crowd and mix with the crowd and interact and mingle. But you got to prove to young black folk within 90 seconds that you deserve to be there.
And talking about that really quickly is obviously there's a difference between the races.
Yep.
And you talked about the black folks and the white folks you talked about Hispanic folks earlier.
Yep.
Do you have a different set that you use for each culture?
Well, since most crowds I do are mixed, I'll play to my audience. If I'm doing a lily white town somewhere in Tuckerton, New Jersey, or some of those Caesars resorts, some of them I've done, it was like no black people in the audience. So I don't do my urban 5 boroughs of New York City routine way up in the Poconos. I do regular jokes. I do nostalgia. I do observational humor. I tell stories, stuff like that. I'm not going to do very urban bodega and hood stuff
Right.
way
Sure.
out in the country in the Poconos because 95% of that crowd is white.
Right. Okay. I got you.
And
That's
I
cool.
want to be invited back. And I followed my judgment and I was invited back.
Right. Right. All right. Well, do me a favor, man, because there might be some people out there who want to ask you questions, want to communicate some things. Give us some information where they can touch base with you, and touch base
Sure.
basically.
Sure, you can catch me on Sinbad08 is my name on Instagram. Sinbad08 because I've been told that I resemble him over the years. Once you big, 6'5", between 280 and 300 pounds, and you come on stage and you're light skinned and you got a big smile, they call you Sinbad. I've been getting this since 1990. Shawn knows exactly what I'm talking about because we would do shows and they'd be like, oh, we got Cedric the Entertainer and Sinbad here
And
tonight.
Sinbad.
So, but it only works to our advantage. All it does is
Yes.
get us more laughs. So I don't get an attitude with it. Shawn and I milk the hell out of that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Sinbad08 on Instagram and Adam Phillips Comedian on Facebook. Sinbad08 on Instagram, Adam Phillips with 2 L's, comedian on Facebook.
And man, we appreciate all that. We appreciate your journey when you continue to do your thing, and as you travel around the country and make people laugh and all of that good stuff and all that it brings, man. So thank you so much. And you said Queens, right?
That's where I'm from, Queens, New
That's where
York.
that's you got two Queens brothers on After Dark with Shawn
No
Cornelius
doubt.
right now. So Jamaica Queens right there.
Jamaica,
So
Queens.
so we're gonna take a break really quick. We're gonna give you a chance to let you kind of breeze out, and then
Okay.
we're gonna come on back. But we're gonna hit you with the heavy stuff.
No problem.
See,
How
that
long is
was
the break?
the break is about 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
A bathroom break.
It's a bathroom break.
Especially if you're over 55.
Which you need to go to the bathroom. That's why you asked that question.
You think?
So I give it time for you to do your thing, and you come on back, and we'll catch you back on the After Dark with Shawn Cornelius, Adam Phillips, comedian Adam Phillips, inside the house. And we appreciate you, man. Thank you for hanging loose as long as you
Thank
did.
you.
Now go
All
to the
right.
bathroom.
Yeah, I'm about to go now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, this is comedian Gary Owen. And listen, I want to give a big, huge shout out to my fellow comedian and activist, Shawn Cornelius, for his Enough is Enough movements to stop the violence and senseless killings that are going on. So I want you guys to support him in his movement like I do. So, yeah, again, this is Gary Owen, and this is for my guy, Shawn Cornelius. All right, thank y'all.
Peace.
I'm Terrence Weatherspoon reporting live for the No News Network. Here's the report. There is no news. Everybody on Facebook has it. That's the report. I'm Terrence Weatherspoon live for the No News Network. See you next time. Maybe.
Hey, what up, y'all? Said the entertainer, just shouting out, sending big love support to my twin. Y'all know he look just like me, my boy, comedian Shawn Cornelius. It's Shawn Cornelius. You know, but big up to you, Shawn, on your Enough is Enough movement, doing your thing back there. You know, a lot of love, Charleston, South Carolina. You always been doing your thing. Big up to you, man. You're growing, your voice is getting stronger, your comedy is getting stronger, people loving it. So keep doing your thing, all right? Yeah, and send me my t-shirt. That's right. Don't play. All right, big y'all, big up, dog. I'll holler.
What's up, Shawn Cornelius? It's your boy Sinbad. Look, I'm gonna send some big love to you, man, and launching your Enough is Enough movement. That's cool, bro. Now, if you're gonna launch this movement, Shawn, if you're gonna launch this movement, you gotta back it up. You can't say enough is enough and then you get enough of it and you don't finish it. You see what I'm saying? Enough is enough is a heavy statement. All right, Shawn? All right now, don't be messing up there, man. It's, I mean, times are serious, man, you know, right? It's great news. You gotta raise some awareness and bring us all together. But you know what? Hey, still keep it funny. Bring us together, keep it funny. That's the art form, all right? That's the key. Now, I only got one thing for you. I want my shirt, man. I want a double XL, bro. I want it black. Double XL, black. Get the good shirts. Don't get them cheap shirts. Get the good ones, like the microfiber, okay? Enough is enough, my brother. Shawn Cornelius doing his thing. Peace.
Spell love for me, baby.
L-U-V.
That is not how you spell love.
That's how I spell it. Just because you spell it differently, don't mean it means anything different. All right, all right, all right. Welcome back to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius, and we're sitting in with my man Adam Phillips, who's back from the
That's who.
restroom. And some people might be, that's a long commercial break. Well, the man had to use the restroom, so I gave him some time to use the bathroom, and he's back. You good, brother?
I am good and ready for round two. I'm ready
All
to
right.
make it do what it do, baby.
All right. So just give me a abracadabra. I need you to talk really quickly and give me an abracadabra on that situation. So as soon as you say it, we can move.
Abracadabra.
There we go. All right, so we're sitting in really quickly, man. I'm sitting in really quickly
All right.
trying to do some things with you. And you did the abracadabra. So we're in the love zone at the moment. So hopefully everything will be nice and smooth and we can get everything going the way we had it in the first half, really easy. All right, so we're back. We're in our love zone at this moment, and I want Mr. Phillips. I got questions for you, so I know people want to know some of these answers. As a comedian, as a big man, as a lover, as a romantic. So are we ready to go? We ready to go?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Give me your definition of love. Adam Phillips' definition of love.
Love is that unique feeling that you feel for another person that tells your brain and your heart that that person is very special to you, that that person holds a near and dear place in your heart, that if that person was no longer in your life, you would feel a great sense of loss. And the place that you knew as the world would be that much more cold and empty and insignificant without them. Love is the person you look forward to seeing after a hard day's work, or when you go someplace beautiful and you see the full moon over it and you're by yourself. You love someone, you're like, if only my kids were here. I wish I had brought my wife on this trip. I wish that my mother could be here to see this full moon over Niagara Falls. That's love. When you're stopping and you're appreciating the beauty of something, but those who you really care about, or that one that you really care about, is not there to experience it with you. Showing them a picture is not the same thing, or streaming the video so they can see it. It's not the same thing. If you love them, you want them next to you, seeing that full moon over Fort Lauderdale Beach or over Niagara Falls. You want to share beautiful things with them. That's love.
Okay, all right. Got a little serious there for me. Got a little serious on me.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right,
Love is
so-
a serious subject. Very serious.
yeah. That's what this is. This is the love zone, brother. So bring it all. What is your definition of romance?
Well, that's a little similar and it's a little different. So that scenario that I talked about could be romance. Romance could also be getting dressed up with your lady. She got on nice perfume. You got on nice clothes. You go out. You have a nice dinner. When it's time to come home, maybe you run the bubble bath. Maybe you got some rose petals that are on the bed. Maybe you got her a brand new negligee from Victoria's Secret. Maybe you put on a playlist, these slow jams with Jones, a specific playlist on the bed with the silk sheets, scented candles. Just enjoy each other's company like that.
I got you, man. I got you. Okay, so since you talked about love and romance, beautiful answers. Give me an example of a date that you've had, which is true. I want a truth that you won't forget. It's like your top date or whoever, or whatever happened in that scenario.
You know what? I'm glad you asked me that because this is a bittersweet one, and that's how love is. Bittersweet. It was 3 weeks ago. It was with a woman here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I said, I want us to have a theme. This is funny, but it's also not funny. I want us to have a theme of a picnic. And I suggested the picnic theme because, Shawn, first dates can be freaking expensive, and I'm on a budget. So if I suggest a picnic theme, we go to the supermarket. We ain't got to worry about taps and tips and gratuity and all this other stuff and overpriced drinks. I said, let's do a picnic theme. So I asked if she had a picnic basket. She did. We went to Whole Foods and we bought the ingredients and we packed the picnic basket in the car before we went to the beach to play chess. She never learned how to play chess. I taught her how to play chess. We're at Fort Lauderdale Beach. It's 81 degrees. It's breezy. We got the picnic basket. We got the Moscato. We got the provolone cheese, the cold cuts, the tiramisu, the grapes. The sun is shining. We're playing chess outdoors. The beach is behind us. The water is blue-green, drinking wine. That's romantic.
Yeah, that's a very romantic situation, man.
I really enjoyed it.
That's a beautiful scenario.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. It was the first time I've ever in my life played chess on the beach. And I've been playing chess since 1976.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right.
I've never played on the beach.
That's a wonderful thing. People should try that.
It was.
All right. So let's say you drop the lady off and you're coming on back, you're going home or you're heading home, you're walking. And you just happen to run across a bottle that you just kicked to the side. Out of this bottle comes me. I'm your genie. Now I only have one wish to give you because I'm still working on my 3 wishes. So I got one wish to give you that involves love. What is your one wish that involves love?
Wow. There, you went there.
Yeah.
That the next time I do fall in love, my wish would be that would be it. I don't want to love and lose. I don't want to love and get heartbroken. I don't want to love and break her heart. The next time I love, it'll be that significant love that lasts me the rest of our life. I will continue to love her. She will continue to love me. I don't want to have to break up and have her break up or whatever and have to start all over again after healing and being heartbroken. I want it to be literally, not like they say in songs, I mean for real, an everlasting love. That would be my wish.
Sounds beautiful, man. Sounds beautiful.
It's true.
Okay. Well, what makes Adam Phillip so unique with love? Why should women listen to you or even fall upon your scenarios or feel like they've reached it? What makes you so unique?
What makes me so unique is as you get older, as I get older, I put myself in other people's places. That's not something people do when they're younger, in their 30s, 20s, definitely not in your 20s or even your 40s. I'm in my 50s now. How would I like a woman to treat me? I want someone who is selfless and puts the other person just as important. If you go out of your way to please someone and they go out of their way to please you, what can go wrong? If you're both unselfish, the real word for it, Shawn, is altruistic. And altruistic means unselfish concern for others. Please me.
Right.
Thank you for trying to please me, for pleasing me, but my focus is to please you. So if you take your ego and your gratification out of it and you go all out to please her and she does the same thing for you, that is a win-win situation. That's what makes me unique. Unselfishness when it comes to romance.
Very good. Very good, man. All right. So if that's the case and you know where to, what it is that makes you unique, where would you place yourself between 1 to 10? It could be past 10. It could be 2,000. But where would you place yourself? I'm just going to say on a scale of 1 to 10. You tell me where
on uniqueness?
On the love scale. On the love scale.
Well, as far as love or as far as unique?
On the love, just the love.
As in being an expert on it? I'm not understanding the question.
The question is, where would you put yourself? Do you have a scale, a love scale? Meaning, Shawn would say he's about a 7 or 8 on love because I know what to do, how to do, when to do, such and such and such and such. Where would
knowledge of it.
Where would Adam Phillips put himself? Because someone else was looking at you.
Gotcha. Now I got you. Knowledge of it.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10.
9.
Okay, would you like to tell us why?
Because I don't know all there is to know about love yet. If you know all there is to know, nobody does. You're always learning. There's always more to know. There's always experiences that you haven't had. There's always things that you haven't encountered, feelings that you haven't felt, good and bad, bliss, ecstasy, love, all of that. Really just out of your head in love. I haven't learned or felt every single thing, but I know a lot after 2 marriages. I've learned a lot about myself
Right.
and others, but I can't say 10 because I don't know everything. And there's still more that I would like to learn that would benefit me. So I would
Right.
say I'm a 9. A 9.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. What's 3 things that attract Adam Phillips to the opposite sex? What are 3 things
Ah,
that attract you?
I like an extrovert. You got to have a personality. I don't want to sit there and you quiet and you yes and no and whatever. Then I don't know if you're bored or if you're just shy. So I want
Right.
an
Right.
extrovert. I want someone with a sense of humor. And I want someone who, not like they just say in social media nowadays, they literally have a living my best life attitude because that's what I have.
Okay. Cool. What are 3 unattractive things that people can bring, females can bring? What are 3 unattractive things that they
Yeah.
bring to you?
Well, you ain't even got to finish the sentence. I already had the answers. Selfishness. Selfishness. I don't like selfishness.
Okay.
If you don't believe in God and you're somewhere between an agnostic or an atheist, I can't have anything to do with you. I don't care how good you look. I don't care how nice your body is, how much money you got, pretty you are. If you don't love God and you're open with that and it comes out of your mouth regularly, deal breaker. Number 3
Okay.
would be drugs. Drugs. Definitely no freaking cigarettes. Hell no. No cigarettes.
Okay.
No
Okay.
cigarettes. Or no, and no drugs either. No whatever,
Sure.
all these drugs that people do. No. No drugs. No cigarettes. No non-God lovers, and not anybody who's selfish.
Okay. Sounds good. These are things that you know when you get to a certain age. You know you've dealt with these
Yeah.
kind of folks, and you know what's happening. Okay, so here's the one that I love to ask, man. You got 3. You got respect, honesty, and trust. You have an opportunity to get rid of one of those and carry on and have a successful relationship. Which one are you getting rid of out of respect, honesty, and trust?
Man, why you going there? Doggone well, all 3 of those are vital.
Are very important, but that's the trick. That's the trick.
This is a loaded question. I don't really care for it. How can you be with someone you don't respect? How can you be with somebody you don't trust? And honesty, oh Lord,
Yeah, well, you
trust,
gotta,
trust,
absolutely.
trust, trust.
Okay, you
Because
want to give us
sometimes we're with people we don't trust them. You don't trust them. But
right,
then, and I do want it. I do want trust. But if I had to I'm not going to get rid of honesty because I don't want nobody lying to me. And how can you be with someone you don't respect? That's not doable. People are with people they don't trust all the time, and they just hope that that person won't betray them or stab them in the back or dog them out. And
right,
sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But you can't be with somebody you don't respect, and you can't be with someone who's just whatever comes out of their mouth is a lie. This is not acceptable. So if I had to get rid of one of those, then it would have to be the one I mentioned. It
good,
would be
cool. All right, that's fantastic.
trust
Now
would be
you
one that.
got 5 things that you love about the world. 5 things that you love about the world, and you don't have, you can just randomly name them off, and they come in order. But 5
Okay.
things.
Nature. People. It's not a whole lot. I like nature, which includes everything: the ocean, animals, and all of that. Food. I love food. Don't look. I got. Hey, look. Hey. There's a lot of food.
Yes, sir.
Um, Perfume and cologne. I like smelling good. Scents. Anything to do with scents. Cologne, candles, powder, all of that stuff. Money is not one of them. I said people, but I mean now friendship. I like people. I love
Right.
people. That's why we're performers. But friendship, a really good friendship. And what else I like about the world? Traveling to see all 4 corners of it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, and really quickly before we get into our last segment of the show, this has been a fantastic show. Um, and you can just, if you can have a term, how long before you told someone you love them? How long was it before you told someone you love them? It could be the shortest time or the longest time in your life. Let's go with the shortest time. What was the shortest time frame that you told someone that you loved
Let's
them?
see. We met in January of 2002, and I told her by the end of February. So a month.
A month.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. Uh, all right. And was it who was the her? If you
My
don't
ex-wife.
mind.
My ex-wife. Hey, it's not so bad. It lasted 16 years, and we
Hey,
got a beautiful daughter out of it.
that's what I was gonna say. Fantastic, man.
Right.
You're the dad, so you are
Nobody
the
can take those 16 years away from me.
exactly.
I enjoyed it,
Exactly, and that's what I wanted to, because you have lovely children, and you post on Facebook a lot, and
I do.
you're proud of your children. So it comes out of that situation. So continued blessings with that. Okay,
Thank you.
so if you see, we've changed the screen to our final segment of the show, and we're gonna have some fun with this. And you can only, you could just tell me exactly what it is, and then we'll move forward. So it's just like a roundabout fast thing. Your favorite food?
Ah, really?
Favorite food?
Oh man. Okay, that would have to be when it's done right, and I mean really, really done right. General Tso's chicken.
Okay, General
Some
Tso's
Chinese
chicken.
places don't know how to make it, and you get the place that makes it right, and it's crunchy, and it's not dry, and it's spicy, and the broccoli's right, and
Right.
General Tso's chicken.
Okay, General Tso's chicken is your favorite food.
Yeah,
Your
absolutely.
favorite book?
Prior Convictions by Richard Pryor.
Okay, all right. Your favorite movie?
Oh God, Shawshank Redemption.
Sure, say which was a good movie as well, and they turned into a film. Okay, your
A good book
favorite,
that turned into a film. Yeah,
the book that went to the film. Yeah,
absolutely.
your favorite flower?
Um, since I've been in California and Florida, the magnolia. What a
Magnolias.
smell. What the way it smells, it's very peaceful. I first came upon it in LA, and now it's here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's a beautiful scent.
Okay,
Magnolia, hands down.
wonderful. Favorite drink, and it could be alcoholic and non-alcoholic. Your favorite alcoholic drink and your favorite non-alcoholic drink.
Um,
I see you smiling.
yeah, I'm grinning like a Cheshire cat. It would have to be when they do it perfectly. And believe it or not, sometimes they do it perfectly at Bahama Breeze. Pina colada.
Pina colada.
I want it
Okay.
coconutty. I want it thick. I don't want it too syrupy. I want it to be as tropical. There used to be a spot in Manhattan called Negril, a Jamaican spot. They made the best pina coladas.
Okay. And do you have a
And
favorite non-alcoholic?
non-alcoholic, it would have to be a chocolate milkshake made with Giardelli chocolate.
And what kind of chocolate is it? Giardelli chocolate?
Giardelli, yes. They have them in a restaurant, a fast food chain out here that's like Shake Shack. It's called BurgerFi. And they make
Okay.
a chocolate milkshake with whipped cream, and the chocolate that's in there is Giardelli chocolate.
Okay. All right. Cool. Favorite
Heaven.
TV show?
Old school or new school or don't. Oh, forget it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone.
Okay. Of all time.
Nothing comes close to Twilight Zone.
Okay. Cool. You've been in several states because you bounced from obviously New York to Florida to places. You're living in Florida now. What's
Yep.
your favorite state? Gotta
Still New
be
York.
still New
New York.
York. Yeah.
And that's hard for me to say because I don't want to leave Florida. But, New York has comedy and acting and food, the best food. I don't care how beautiful Florida is, and it is freaking beautiful here. And so is California. But neither
Right.
one of them compares to a slice of pizza in Manhattan.
New York and Manhattan.
Or
Got that
General Tso's chicken.
right. Okay.
New York. I gotta have New York for that.
Okay. Cool. Your favorite car?
That would have to be Jaguar XJ6.
Okay. Jaguar.
Even though I can barely fit in it. Jaguar.
So you are a big dude. How
Yeah,
tall are you? How tall are you
Six,
specifically?
6'5".
6'5".
But that old classic Jaguar series, I love them.
All right. Your favorite vacation spot?
Man, that's a good one. I would have to go with Saint Martin in the Netherlands Antilles. I was there in 92. Half of it is French, half of it is Dutch.
Okay. All right.
Saint Martin in the Netherlands Antilles. It was beautiful. Mountains and beautiful water and swim up bars and beaches and all that stuff. It was gorgeous.
Cool. All right. And this one will close it out. This will close it out for the show. Your favorite romantic position?
Doggy style. Doggy style. Doggy style.
Okay, good.
Who let the dogs out? Doggy style. It's when I'm standing up. Doggy style. Yes.
Okay, I got it. You ain't got to explain it to me. I understand.
No, I had to distinguish it that way because my knees are shot, so I have to stand up.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did. Hey, Adam Phillips, thank you so much for being here and being on the show tonight, man. I appreciate you, and I love you, man. And continue
Good.
blessings.
I hope we work together again. We got to work together again.
Yeah, man, and continue blessings to you throughout Florida, New York, wherever you travel, man.
Thank you. When can I see this?
I'll let you know. I'll let you know
Okay.
when they air it on BronxNet, or I'll put it up on my my YouTube, which is Shawn Cornelius Entertainer, as you see on the screen.
Yeah, I
And,
do. Nicely done.
I'll let you know. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. And thank you all for tuning in and watching After Dark with Shawn Cornelius and my special guest tonight, Mr. Adam Phillips. Thank you so much for joining in. You know how we always do it. We go with God in our heart, and we go with peace of mind, and we continue to look after each other and take care of business and just cover these situations. So, hey, God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Stay there. Don't go anywhere. We appreciate you. And God bless, man.
Thank you. Continued blessings to you, and thank you for having me.
You got it anytime, man.
Okay.
All righty. Good night from After Dark with Shawn Cornelius.